Welcome back to another episode of The Road to 2200. Play another Caro-Kann. Ow! Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. What? It's interesting because then they can follow up with that and have kind of a commanding center. I feel like I have to play d6. I don't even know what other move I would play here. I guess I'll play d6 to try to mess it up. My instinct says I should be taking this way, not this way. Though no knight can currently attack me. I still think I probably want to go here. I'll probably go here at some point. It's going to be a weird setup. Like, this is not a normal Caro-Kann. I don't really know what opening this is anymore. I'm very tempted to go here, so my opponent can't go here. The problem is if I go here, do they just play c4? Yes, and I think I do anyway. I don't know. Okay. Here, followed by this, followed by castle. All seem like, normal looking moves. I kind of want to have him here so I can take back there. But I do want to put this move out first. I'm hoping before takes I get to go here. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want to bring the queen into this attack, right? That seems foolish. Let's just back up. I'm kind of assuming they're going to go here. I'm going to go here, and they're going to trade. I was kind of hoping they would do that because it would make them a little bit weaker. So I'm going to go here. And now if they decide to take, I think I'd rather take here. All right. I'll castle, and now, it's an even game. So we didn't know what was happening in the opening, but it worked out sort of fine. At any moment, I have this. Now I don't know what to do, though, is the question. It's a very symmetrical game. We can see the pawns are identical. The pawns are really about to be identical because I want to go there. Before I do it, I'm just trying to figure out, what am I doing after that? Like, where am I looking to put these pieces? I'm probably going to go here. And if they take, I think going here is fine. And then I've got the half open F file. Maybe I can use that. I'm definitely eyeballing this square here. And now that seems more viable. That I can somehow put it, well, now less viable again. I don't think I like this bishop here anymore. I think the bishop probably belongs here. It's also going to let me put a rook here a little easier. Maybe like here, rook here is the structure we're going for. It's unclear to me where these knights are going. But I think I want to just go here with the bishop. This guy's defended 3 times. We're not too worried about that. Most likely I'm going to go here right away to break out of this pin. I just kind of wanted to claim this diagonal first so that my opponent couldn't go here. I think that's great. How do I want to handle this? I'm very tempted to take this way. They can't immediately pressure with one of these knights. I can go here, here. I don't know. It feels like my pieces are developing very easily and with my opponent's help. Okay. I guess this is a pretty decent looking spot for that knight, right? If I go here especially. And I certainly can't go here to prevent it. So, I don't know. That's a pretty decent move. I think I might just go here, though. With the idea of doubling here. And then I think this pressures, like, if they just let me take it, then I'm going here next. I don't think my queen is in danger of getting trapped. I'm winning a pawn. I'm really messing up their pawns. I'm threatening to double. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm winning or anything, but it feels like a lot of things are heading in my direction in this game. I'm pretty happy with my position. Okay. So my opponent is addressing that. But if I go here, Like, how are they going to deal with this? Probably here, actually. That seems like a pretty reasonable way to handle it. And then doubling behind. And maybe I don't want to just tell my opponent, hey, you should make this obvious move. An interesting idea is to go something like this. I'm forgetting why. Oh, my queen didn't go there because of this guy. I quite like my bishop here, though. We're cutting off this invasion square, cutting off this one, cutting off this one. All right, I'm going to double here. Let's see what they do. I have to think they're going to play there. Just trying to... What is going on with this knight? This knight is now the piece that's like, hey, I'm doing nothing. I'd kind of like to do something. And the routes to doing things are not easy. Seems like something like that. Oh, okay. So he's backing off that initial idea to cover that square. Okay. I don't know if that was necessary, but I'll take it. But I'm still at a loss of what am I actually doing. Oh, I've got a crazy idea. What if I go here, here, and now I'm threatening a real invasion here, and I can do an exchange sec. Oh, the exchange sec doesn't work because it's backed up by another piece. But since this feels like kind of a slow game, I'm a bit tempted to do it. The problem is it would give up control of this infiltration square, and most likely that rook will just immediately jump in. The more maybe a better idea is to back up, knight here, knight here, knight here kind of thing, and make this knight in the game. Those are kind of the different paths I'm taking. I was also thinking about going this way, but this is covered, and I don't know. It's not that exciting. I think I'm just gonna... I guess the question is here, or can I go up somewhere? And I don't think so. I don't think going up adds much. And this also... Okay, wait, one last thing. It controls this, but this knight would hit hard here. So I think that's fine. Plus I'm getting out of a potential pawn fork. If here, here, pawn fork. So I think this is actually a pretty decent move for a variety of reasons. Okay, that's, you know, not too shocking to see that they're like, there's an open file, I should take it. I wish I could chase away the... Oh, I can chase away the other knight. All right, I'm going to... No, never mind. I was thinking that this bishop could trade for this and go here. Can't do everything. So the knight here, what does it do? Here does look interesting, actually. We're going to go this route. Not here, unfortunately. So it does feel like the file they're controlling is slightly better, but at the same time, it's not doing that much. I think maybe I want to bring the queen back to here, actually. To control this square more, and also to make it harder to get into here. Because I'm a little worried if I... Okay, so now this is just straight up a wonderful move. Kind of walked into that problem. I think if I go here... Oh, no. Wow, we're in a lot of trouble, actually. Maybe not. Maybe I can just go here. Takes... No, this doesn't fix it. Ooh, boy. What about here? This is still good. Wow, that queen move was very bad. Okay, I do have the interesting idea of checking first and then being able to move the queen to say where? Nowhere good. Oh, and this is hanging. Or not hanging, but troubled. Okay, so this has to work. If this doesn't work, we lose. So how do we make this work? We go here. We take... Whoops. We take... They can still go here. They're getting an exchange here almost no matter what. I didn't realize that move was going to be so bad. Okay, I'm going to go here. I don't think this works. I think, if nothing else, they could just go here. Yeah, which maybe is the best case scenario for me. I give up an exchange, but only an exchange. And now I can go like check, come back, check here. I don't know what's happening. It's not much. I am wondering, do I want to let him get stuck? Takes, queen takes, like knight. Maybe I have some possibilities here. But my opponent has, 6 minutes on me, or 5 minutes. And I'm down in exchange. And what a disaster this has been. Oh, right. Yeah, I want this rook to come alive, right? So I want to do something like, maybe it's here right off the bat. And this is pinned. There isn't a way to, yeah, I think I like this. This is kind of a wild idea. I think the next move will be something like this, or maybe here. Yeah, if I go here, I guess my opponent goes here. It's not as good as it looks. That's a very nice move too. But I think I go here now. And now what? Yeah, and then I have this. And then here, and then I don't know what it does. This knight here now is a real problem. All right. No, wait. This does not work. There, takes. Yeah, I'm going to go here. I don't think this works. I think they can give up the exchange and win a pawn, so they're up a pawn, and then they can trap. Well, not just trap. They'll be able to win the bishop. So that was a bad move, actually. That loses. If they're willing, if they can see takes, I'll have to move the queen back to like here or something. And then this bishop will get trapped with this. Yeah, so this should be over. Okay, they took that way. Maybe that's fine for me. I'll be down a single pawn in a potentially rook ending. I think that's good. Yeah, this is like best I could have dreamed for. I go here to stop the invasion. Who knows? Maybe I hold this thing off. Wow. It's a little bit shocking. Yeah, that's definitely the right move there. I think, though, I can go here and then move the king over and maybe be okay. I guess this is annoying. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This really passive rook is not what I would like here, but I don't really know what else I have. I'm a little bit tempted to take here, wreck their pawns, and be down in exchange. But I think it's just better to hold on to the rook and see if I can make something happen. Like if he went here, that would be kind of the dream scenario. I would take, he gets his passer, I go here. Yeah, and now we're in a rook ending. And rook endings are notoriously drawish. You gotta prove that you can win this. This is not going to be easy to win. I'm not making some grand claims about winning, but I'm just saying, like, this could be a draw now. I really have no idea how to draw it, other than just kind of shuffling around. I probably want to trade off as many pawns as possible. Maybe I can get that pawn traded, like this. Or maybe here, trade this pawn. We'll give him a passer, though. I don't think I want to do that. Bottom line is, no trade the rooks. If I trade the rooks, I probably lose. I need to trade off a bunch of these pawns and just try to hold this together. If he goes here, I'd be happy. I don't really know what to do other than just shuffle. I'm just going to shuffle this rook and say, what can you do? My rook is fairly active. It's not as active as I would like. Okay, I guess maybe that becomes harder. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. It's definitely a space gaining move, but I think that was the wrong order. I don't have any breaks, but I wasn't looking to break. So let's just keep back and forth. Where's their king looking to come in? If you notice, I'm just trying to keep this pawn structure. Like every move, I'm tempted to be like, let's start moving some pawns, but I don't think that's right. I think the right answer is just to kind of like hold the structure, let them kind of over press, and hopefully in doing so, there's like a moment where I can lash out and break it apart, or just continue holding. I mean, this looks daunting. Let's see if they make a mistake and do something like that to pressure my rook. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I thought they might walk into that idea. I guess maybe it's fine because of that. I think now I go here. Let me make sure. If I go here, here, here. No, that's still going to give him a passer. Here, here. Here, here, here. I mean, they're going to get passer at some point anyway. I'm probably going to go there. All right, I'm going here. I'm just shuffling this rook. I don't know if this was the right approach. I just couldn't find a way to make it more active, and it feels like making my pawns worse is not the answer. I think this is probably good. And then if takes goes here to try to make their rook active. But I think then I'm going to move over. And they still can't penetrate. It's definitely not an easy game for white to win. I think white should probably be able to win because not only are they up the pawn, the king is advanced. Like white certainly has, had tools to win. I think they've played it very weirdly, but I still think this probably is decent. I don't think I would take. I'd be pretty happy if they took here and here. Yeah, so if they take here, I take here. I think that's okay. If they push here, then I'm just going to close it up and say that's fine. So I'll go here. Shocking. Shocking, I know. Oh, boy. What a mess. I'm just lucky to get here, though. I mean, I was in big trouble a long time ago. I was very fortunate my opponent traded down into something that might be holdable. They don't seem to have a clear idea of how to win. These feel like kind of random moves. A really good thing to do, especially with the time advantage that my opponent has, was to really sit down and be like, okay, what is my plan here? Like, where am I making my pass pawn? How am I going to make this pass pawn? I think now they're coming up with a plan of like coming around here and trying to support it that way. I still don't see anything decent here. So is the king going to come around this way? That'd be interesting. I know they can't. They give up the pawn. Okay. So that is intriguing. Push that pawn. I think I take, yeah. Let's try this. The king comes in. And now my rook gets more active. And I get a pawn. That feels very strong for me. This feels like I should be able to hold now. I go here. Or Or do I go like here first? Can I go here? Check. Wow, they didn't go there. I guess they have some cool stuff with bringing the king in. I can take here though, right? This has gotten very interesting. So definitely my strategy of just kind of going, I don't know if you can make this happen, has worked reasonably well. Yeah, I guess I just take this pawn now. Then I'm gonna go here, try to run by that pawn. I assume they're not gonna let me. Okay, so I take, and now we both have passed pawns. I guess I'll get behind. I mean, the time now is becoming a real issue, now that I'm actually having to think about my moves. I'm definitely going to have to sack here. So the question is going to be, did I do that wrong? There, takes, there, and there'll be just in time. So for me to make this happen, yeah, I messed it up. I don't know where I messed it up, but I messed it up. That stinks. I think I could have held this one. That was all right, let's see if they mess up. They need to take here. I'm sure they will, but there's a world in which they just say, haha, queen. Okay. Maybe now I can just keep bullying the king. Oh, that's interesting. Takes. Boom. I'm going to lose, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's close. How do I... Here? No, every move pretty much gives it up, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so. I'm too far away from it to protect it. Yeah, every move does it. So he just goes there and wins. Alright, well, what a fascinating game, going from dead lost to drawn to winning to losing. So we got to see everything, I think. Let's see what we're working with here. This move I've never seen before. Okay, just a regular Caro. It says I have a giant lead now. Not the engine, but the book. Alright, so d5 was the right move. It's good to see. And then we're just playing chess in a very even game where, you know, just feels kind of like my play is quite easy. I'm just, you know, making moves, making my pieces better. Oh, right, I made that mistake coming up here. Okay, so this is where I kind of got lost and I didn't know what to do. Some possibilities are going back. What an interesting thing. The engine is saying this. Number 1 move barely is this. Number 2 move is this. Number 3 best move is this. Never seen that before. Okay. So there everything's fine, and this is where I start getting into trouble for sure. So queen here is interesting, but I mean, it just forces them to do what they were going to do. Some routes to improve the pieces. The engine does like this idea, and the engine also likes this idea. So I go there, and then this is game over. Like, this was a colossal error. I just didn't realize they could go back with the same level of ferocity as they had the first time. Pretty much any other move is fine. So make a move, you're fine. Even this, it says, is quite good. Oops. Oh, sorry, no, that's for them. Any move here is fine, right? Going here, which was my original plan, which really frustrates me. This was my plan, was to go here, here, and start doing stuff. And I was like, no, I could come back here first. And then this is just a mess. And my opponent definitely did not do it in the most ideal way. They could have had more from the position. But they're still up 2.5. And, you know, I gotta really fight from here, right? So now we're in. I thought maybe I could draw this, and the engine is like, no, you're way down. Like, all you can do is passively shuffle your rook around while your opponent does all the things. And they're just, you know, consistently about 3. So let's see if I was wrong, if I was never in a position where I could have drawn it. But I think they made some pretty serious mistakes. Okay, so now it says 4.5, 3.5, 4.5. Game's over. Takes. Even here, they're still up 2.5. And then this was a horrible mistake. I take, they take, and the engine says this now is a draw. 100% draw. But this is a hard draw, right? Like, how am I supposed to make this work? Engine says I am up by a lot if I go here. That is kind of stunning to me. I would have assumed this is a losing race. But I guess it's not, because they still have 3 more. They had to stick their king in here. So we got to get the king out. Then now I'm the one winning the race. Wow. Okay. What's really shocking to me, though, is that this is a +3 advantage. It doesn't seem +3 to me. I guess it's because I get probably all of these pawns. Yeah, okay, so I'm going for the pawns. Yes, my opponent's going to get some checks and stuff, but I'm going to get the pawns and I'll be up. So, fascinating. I did not even consider for a moment this move. Instead, I took, and let's see what I bet the engine says you're losing now. Okay, the engine says it should still be a draw. Just don't blow it, and then I blew it. All right, so the idea here was to come over to rook b4. Oh, such an easy idea. So here was the problem. I was looking at this, and I was like, how do I stop the pawn? I guess I get behind the pawn eventually. But that doesn't work. The easy thing to do is go here, and now the king can't ever come out, right? So the king has to like go back. We start our race, they come forward, and then it's kind of like, okay, now you're going to have to maneuver the rook around for a bit, and black is certainly fine. So that's a frustrating, and it's kind of like a knowledge thing too, right? Like, yes, it's a concrete move, but it's a piece of knowledge I should have, that clearly the best way to handle this is to go here. By the way, though, also, this is also a draw. So I really messed this up. Let's see. My opponent goes here. I push h5. Huh. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have just ran. Wait. Yeah. I didn't think this worked. So the computer says this is a draw. I didn't think this was a draw. Oh, okay. The problem is I was looking at this race. And I was like, yeah, I lose this race. The engine says this is a draw. What? Really? Because their king is so out of play, this is a draw. Holy cow, that is really illuminating how little I know about endgames. I basically made I think this is the only move on the board that doesn't draw. Like, let's just make a random king move. Okay, that random king move doesn't work because I moved away from my pawn. Okay, no random king move works. I have to, if I'm going to make a king move, I have to come around this way and support the pawn. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's disappointing. So, takeaways. Here's a huge one. Do I know anything about rook end games? I don't know. I mean, I thought I did. I tried to do a rook end game because I was like, I'm pretty good at rook end games. I could probably hold a draw, even though it looked like it was losing, and the computer said yes, it's losing. I feel like I'm pretty good at rook end games, and I could probably hold it. And I definitely got to a spot where I could have held it, and I blew it. Very frustrating. Another takeaway is, I don't know how much of a takeaway it is, but I guess the way to word it would be like, let's go back. Where is it? It's right here. Like I saw my opponent's threat previously, and then because they moved away, somehow in my mind I was like, they shall never return. Yeah, they might return. They might return to that spot. And if it was good before, and if the whole reason it was good before was because this piece was on this square, I'm not saying I should never return to that square, but I need to be thinking like, if I return to the square, if I come back, is this move suddenly good? And probably the answer is going to be yes. So those are my two big takeaways. Sort of if your opponent moves away from a square, they can move back. And rook end games are hard. I keep telling myself I'm pretty good at them. And, you know, clearly there's some real basic things in there that I do know. But in the heat of battle, I lost. And I think that's the third takeaway, is that the knowledge we have to be able to access it during the game. It can't just simply be, oh, I know that. No, you have to be able to both know it and do it. All right. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time. It looks like we're down all the way to 1947. The fall is real. See you next time.